Hello guys and welcome back to something I have really not done in 2 years, Al's Weapon Guide. And in today's episode, we're covering the G7 Scout within Apex Legends. The G7 is a long-range marksman weapon, originating from Titanfall 2's G2A6, a weapon I know literally nothing about. What I do know is that the weapon is essentially a futuristic M14 or M1A, which doesn't really matter, but it's cool, I guess. So, time for the actual Okay, so, in-game, the weapon is a light ammo marksman weapon that can, at the time of recording, be found as ground loot alongside the other marksman rifles, except the Bocek. The G7 is a large caliber semi-auto that puts out reliable damage. How much damage? Well, to the body, a shot will do a bare minimum of around 22 damage, and to the head, it can max out at 60. Assuming there isn't any protection. Okay, so damage is solid, but you need bullets to get the job done, and thankfully the G7 does offer a little. The base magazine only comes with 10 rounds in the magazine, but this can be improved to 20 rounds if you're able to find attachments. So, how fast are you able to get shots down on target? Well, the G7 is recorded to have a fire rate of 240 rounds per minute. Another thing to note is its reload time of 2.16 seconds when chambered and 2.7 when empty, although these times can also be improved with attachments. Speaking of the G7 is able to take a large variety of attachments, including extended mags, barrel stabilizers, sights up to 4 times, sniper stocks, and on occasion, just depends on the season, but sometimes you can equip the double tap hop-up for burst fire, which might not suit everyone. Okay, so we know a bit more about the gun. The weapon is clearly made for longer range to medium encounters, so let's see how we can utilize that in our setup. First, let's look at legend picks. Slower and more defense-focused legends like Gibraltar, Rampart, and Crypto will suit the weapon's longer range better thanks to their abilities being suited to keep fights at a distance. Of course, this isn't doubting closer range and more aggressive legends, as they will be able to utilize this weapon quite well for getting cracks on enemies and damaging while going into a fight. A second thing to think about is what your sidearm may be. The G7 works quite well as a main primary weapon to use throughout most of your fights, but you are a bit vulnerable due to the weapon lacking much in closer range. This is why I mainly suggest bringing SMG, shotgun, or possibly even a pistol as your secondary, as these will be able to help in those situations. Personally, I would recommend the Volt SMG and the RE45 with hammer points if you're able to find them. Of course, other weapons also work, just make sure it suits you best. So now, with all of this out of the way, I can say that currently, the G7 Scout is a versatile and effective weapon that I personally would recommend you use when given opportunity in-game. Other than that, I'm Alex Lackey on 08, and this is the end. Bye.